Hey guys, so we're going over how I look at the charts. Thank you, Sis Tasha, for suggesting that I do a video on this topic. This information will help you to be a better trader and hit orders closer to support levels and resistance levels. Let's go. Today we are on my phone because I do most of my trading from my phone. We are on Coinbase Pro right now, and we are going to be looking at the charts when I want to buy. So that's the first thing that we're going to be doing in this video. For this example, we're going to be looking at the TRB versus the USD graph. So here we are on this, and we are at the 15-minute chart, and I usually use at least the 1-hour chart to look at these graphs. Just by looking at this, we can see the levels right here. So in order to look at the chart and see the prices, you just have to hold down the graph on the lines, and then at the top it'll tell you what the prices are. So what these lines look like, the thick line, the thick bar, is the open to close of the graph. So it opened at $34.70 and it closed at $35.28. But the thin line that goes up and down is the high and the low. So the high was $35.62 and the low was $34.62. So when you're looking at the charts, for example, this line, this one that goes all the way up to $37.50, it's like a thin line. You just hold down below it and you can see that the high price was $37.60. And then same thing for the lows, like for right here, you can see that it went down to $34.51 as a low. And even right here, it went to as low as $33.55. These are for me to figure out when are good times to buy the coin. So I would see, just based off of the past day or so, that around $33.50 or 60 cents or even higher would be a decent time to buy. And then also around $34.50 would be a good time to buy. But one of the things that I do is when I'm looking at these and I want to make a purchase based off of these prices, I'll go, okay, 33.55, 33.71, 33.87, 33.78. So what I'll do is I'll place an order above the highest one out of all of those. So I see that it went to 33.87. So I'd put my order at like 33.92, just so that if it comes back down to those prices, I have a lot more likelihood of hitting it, or even just make it an even $34.02. Just so you can come down, hit your order, and go back up. And now if we zoom out to the 6-hour chart, we can see a little bit more of like where are good prices to buy. You can see that it went down to $32.94. All the way over here is at $31.18. And then over here you can see it wick down to $28.58. And even there's a wick right here that went all the way down to $27.24. And so I'm going to zoom out even more. I'm going to go on the 1-day chart so you can see it as like a big picture. And basically, for me looking at these, I will base my orders off of those movements. And so what I did is I bought some at $36, but then I also saved some to try to buy at about $30.58. And the reason I did that is because these wicks right here went down to $28.46, $27.24, and $29.36. What I've taught before about the key levels of resistance, there's also key levels of support. People, when they say they don't want to see it break $30, and so people will buy it before it reaches $30. For that example, I put my order at $30.58 so that if it came back down, and it could fill my order a lot easier. And then over here you can see where it went up to $40, $45, and then this wick right here, you can see it went down to $31. So I always use these to figure out what are good prices to be buying at. Even this wick right here, you can't really see it very well, but it went all the way down to $33.25. So like when you're looking at these, you want to be paying attention to each of them and get like a group of them together and make your order a little bit higher than the groups of them. Now the next thing we're going to be looking at is the opposite, what I'm looking for on the charts when I want to sell. It's basically just the opposite of what I did. We're going to be looking at OXT for an example. So we're going to zoom out to the 1 hour. Actually, we're going to go all the way out to the 6 hour. Right here, you can see my orders. I'm going to show you my orders to show you like why I did what I did. So basically I sold some at 26 cents and then I sold some at 29 cents, and I have an order at 22 cents. It's probably like 22.58 or 22.6 something, and then an order at 24.89 cents or something like that. I sold 300, I would make 353, so the difference was the 53 that I would make, and then the other one I sold 500 and then I'd make 591. So I'd get the extra 91 from selling it. The reason I put in those prices is because if we look here, just at the past week, it went down to 22 cents. And so my order is above these lows. I looked at those and I decided on when to place those. If you're looking at this, I was selling up here at this 26.5 cents, or on this wick. I sold some at 26, and then at 29.9, I sold some as well. And so the reason I put in the buy back at 24 was because of this right here, where it went down to 24. I was just like, these are good prices based off of these candles. When I'm selling, the reason I have it at 32 cents was because it went up exactly to 32. And I think my order is at 31.9 or something like that. So it's not exactly at 32 cents, but those are what I base off. Those are what the trades are based off of. And then if we zoom out even more to the 1 day chart, you can see that this went all the way up to 39.42 cents and then 38 cents right there. Because of that, I put another order at 37 cents, just below both of those, to try to hit that order, that sell order, and then rebuy at one of these lower prices. So that's how I approached the sells for this. Remember the key levels of resistance as well. When you're selling, to be selling before even numbers like 40 cents, you want to be placing your sells before then, because as you can see right here, it went up to 39.42 cents. So it didn't quite reach 40. So that's basically exactly what I'm talking about. Key levels of resistance. Like 40 cents is an even number. It's like human psychology. People try to sell on those even numbers because they just want it to reach a certain price. They want it to reach 50 cents, $1, $100, whatever for the coin. And so you got to place your orders before then. Like this, for example, at 39 cents, your order would have went through. But if you placed it at 40, it would have gotten really close and then it wouldn't have gotten through. And you would have missed a huge opportunity to make an amazing trade of about 30% or 50% or even almost 100% if you waited all the way to here to rebuy. So now, lastly, we're going to be talking about trading against Bitcoin and how I look at those Bitcoin charts. For this example, we are scrolling down to 4th against BTC. All right, here we are. I'm going to show you the 6-hour chart, and then I'm going to show you what I've done with my trades in the past. So as you can see, I have an order at 0.0051, and that's because of this that just happened about a week ago. It went up to 0.0053, so I'm trying to sell before that level and get my order to go through before that. And then I'll zoom out even more. I'll go to the 1 day chart, because then you can see why I have my orders where I do. So I have some to sell at 0.00069, and that's because we went up to 0.0072 and also 0.0073 all within the past month. And so I'm trying to sell before those levels. So I think I can go back up to those prices and I'll sell there and then rebuy at one of these lower prices at 0.005 or 0.0045. And so now I'm going to show you some of my history for this coin, just to show you how this works. For example, I started with 10 fourth and I sold that at 0.0063 Bitcoin, and then I waited to rebuy at 0.0045 Bitcoin, and I made 14.013. And so I made 4.013 fourth from that one trade. And then it went up and I sold it at 0.0004 or 54, and I sold 14 of them. And then I waited to buy back in at 0.00045, and I bought almost 17 of them. And now I'm trying to hit those orders again, even at 5.1, trying to sell some of it, at 6.9, trying to sell more of it to catch, and then rebuying at 0.045 again, like the levels we're at right now. So right now is a good time to be buying. Now it also was all the way down at the 0.0032 levels, and I have an order down there as well. So you can see this order to buy at 0.0032 is because I sold some at 0.0046. Even if I were to rebuy it right now, I would make about 15% on that trade, but I'm trying to catch this low level because of what's happened in the past of 0.0032. So that's how I trade against Bitcoin, and that's how I look at these charts. I hope this has been very helpful to you and that you'll be able to use this to make a lot of trades and make a lot of money by doing these things. In conclusion, we went over how I look at the charts when I want to buy, how I look at the charts when I want to sell, and how I look at the charts against Bitcoin when I want to trade. If you found this information useful, please drop a like on this video. We're still trying to get to 75 likes for push-ups. We might have already achieved that already, and if so, then let's go for 100 likes. We're gonna keep pushing to try to grow the channel more and to try to get my information out to more and more people to help. I really would appreciate it if you drop a like on this video, and also comment down below what kind of videos you'd like to see me do in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, as always, keep it in the green.